Alright, so my name is Josh Guerra, and this is Sean Godfrey, and we're doing plank variations for EXS 216. So we're going to start off with my client Sean in the push-up position, which is also the plank position. He's going to move down to his forearms, and to assess your client's fitness level, we're going to start them off on their knees. This takes less pressure off the core, so it's not utilizing the core as much, so it's much easier. Once a client has showed that they can progress, we'll lift them up off their knees, and we want them to find a neutral spine. In order to find that, we can use the cat and cow technique. We want their spine to be perfectly aligned with their head, hands about shoulder width apart. They can also progress by moving their feet wider apart. Once they're okay with this, now they can progress by moving their feet super close together. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So here is another view of the same plank position. My client will be on their forearms. They will now get into the plank position. Hands will be grasped together. Other variations that the client can do are bringing their hands apart. Now they can keep the palms up. If they would like, they can go palms down. Either variation works, whatever the client feels more comfortable with. From this position, what's very important is to see the alignment all the way through the neck, down to the spine, through the legs, hips. The core is very stabilized. There's lots of control, which is something we want to pay close attention to, because if the client cannot control themselves, then we need to move them down. We need to decrease their progression by putting them down on their knees. As they get adjusted to that, we can pick them back up and go to a regular plank position.
Alright, I'm Sean Godfrey, and now we're about to do a side plank. So some things we're gonna want to do to assess them is, before we get them on one foot, we'll have one foot lined up in front of another when it comes to the side plank, and then we will make sure their spine is neutral and we have everything from their head to just everything in a line, or as close a line as we can do as possible. And for this, once they feel comfortable enough, we're gonna have them stack their feet together, and that'll just be a simple slight progression. And then we also can add some weight to this exercise by them holding it directly up or even by their side, but we just wanna make sure that make sure their spine is still neutral, and just that they're really isolating that core. Some muscles to work out with is the core and the obliques. We just want to make sure it's straight down and their head is just in line, not drooping, chin not tucked in too much, and they're not looking above from them. And some workouts we can do from this is like a little side crunch. They could drop down and then drop back up, but that is more of an oblique workout than anything. So yeah. So here we have a head-on view, and this is really what you want your client to look like. You want to make sure that it is a neutral spine, and it is straightforward like that. You don't want their head to be drooping or leaning on their shoulders. You want it to be as neutral as possible, and just more along the lines of just comfortable for them, so they can progress with that. And yeah, so when it comes down to it, this is simply what you want it to look like, and we just want to go from there. Well, this wraps up our plank variation exercise video for EXS 216. My name is Sean, this is Josh yet again. The source we used Ace Fitness, and we'll cite that in the end of the video. Yeah, so this is our final project, and hopefully you get to use it on your client.
Thanks for watching, guys.